What's up, guys? One of the most insane decks to come out of the results of this weekend's regionals is this crazy adaptation of Mewtwo VUION from Standard, which this archetype was my personal favorite deck from the weekend. To explain the deck, we have Curlier, which is Zorok GX's ability of old to draw cards and get Mewtwo pieces in the discard. And the main premise of this deck is this combo with Gengar to move damage from your Mewtwo to your other Psychic Pokemon, and Radiant Serena to heal 100 damage without even using Mewtwo VUION's attack. So now, instead of just healing 200, you can heal 300, and Lugia can hit for 200, but not 300. And I do this combo later in this video against the Duraludon deck, which could do more than 200, so we're able to heal all the damage off there. I have two very cool games here. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Alright, on to the first game here against Mew. These games are very long, so I've sped it up 2x to make it as easy as possible. We're going to be post-commentating this. It's been my favorite style, and I think the videos are much higher quality when I do it like this. So, yeah, we've got a really good hand here. Way to get a Mewtwo piece in the discard. Way to get Snorlax or Trekking Shoes. The only thing we're looking for is that retreat option here, so that we can get into our Snorlax on the first turn, because that's what we're going to be trying to do. We're just trying to draw through our deck. We're using the Snorlax. We're using this Curlier to draw through our deck. And against Mew, our endgame strategy is just Mewtwo. That's going to be a whole endgame strategy. We have the new tech of the Union Gain of the V-Guard Energy, which was not present before. So as long as we can get rid of one Fusion Energy and they discard one singular tablet, they have no way to kill my Mewtwo VUION. So the issue is they're a very aggressive deck. They're going to be very fast. They're going to take prizes very fast against us. So we're going to have to get Mewtwo relatively fast. So hopefully we can get a good setup to do that is what I'm sort of hoping for here. So we end up with two Quick Balls in our hand, which is very interesting. We're just trying to get a Snorlax. I clearly check my Mewtwo pieces and don't really check anything else. The thing about this matchup is we don't need the Gengar. We don't need the Serena. We don't need the Gengar. We just need Ralts as our draw engine and the Snorlax as our draw engine. We just need sort of our draw engine. Get through, get Mewtwo. That's the plan. Bench Manaphy here. Don't know why. I think I was playing around Escape Rope, but I think if I get Escape Rope, I just go into Snorlax anyways. It's no big deal. So don't know why I did that, but yeah, it actually does end up punishing me later. Benching of the Manaphy. I've already gone through this game and looked through, so to see, I've definitely made some mistakes in this game and the next one, and we're going to be pointing those out, talking about them. But yeah, our opponent not really doing anything too important here. They're just sort of attacking us. We're going to discard the energy because we can just play the Yellhorn whenever, so just discarding the energy freely is fine. We have a bunch of Snorlax here just to draw an extra card, Yellhorn him. We're just getting these cards out of our hand here so we can draw more with that Snorlax. We end up getting a really clunky hand here. We don't want to discard the Calyrex because that thing can get Echoing Horn. We can't use the Calyrex in this matchup because they play at least a Sparkle and they already have two energies on board, so we're not going to be fast enough with the Calyrex here to actually use it. It's not like a normal Mew, we can use it a little bit better. So yeah, we're just going to thin the deck of one Ralts. Don't want to draw that, Ralts being a terrible draw here. But I do want the Ralts on the board, so I'm going to need to net the Manaphy, because if we look at our opponent's prizes, they're on 4 prizes. We have 4 Pokemon in play. To sort of play around Echoing Horn, we need to get 2 Pokemon out of play and then 2 Pokemon get knocked out. And then that'll put us as a Mewtwo in play, 0 Pokemon in play, he has 2 prizes remaining. Echoing Horn isn't going to win him the game. So as long as we can get towards that at the end of the game, that's going to be fine here. So yeah, our main focus is just absolutely get pieces in the discard, get energies in the discard. That's what we're looking to do. We really have to thin our hand down here as well. Is incredibly important. We're sort of just stacking useless cards in our hand with the Curliers and such, and we draw an Ultra Ball, which is massive here because it means we can thin our hand out. I can't discard the Calyrex. Again, I don't want that to be Echoing Horn, so we're gonna leave that one in the hand. We're just trying to get Mewtwo pieces. I'm deciding between the Gardevoir and the Curlier here. Not the Curlier, the other thing. So the Mewtwo piece. So here, the Mewtwo, I don't want to get the Mewtwo piece yet because Curlier next turn is worse than Gardevoir because it discards a card and I don't want to discard, and I might have difficulty discarding because we're starting to get near the bottom of our deck and thinning through our cards are starting to become more important. So I'm not going to be able to maybe use both Curlies next turn, so I want to get the Guardian. I don't really need the Mewtwo piece yet because I have a lot of discard. Getting Mewtwo pieces in the discard isn't exactly my issue here. My main issue is being able to yeah, get through. So I make a bit of a mistake here, I think, on the next turn. So I get 2 heads. I think I wasn't supposed to get the Ultra Ball here. I only have 1 Mewtwo piece. I can already discard that with the Curlier. That's not really my concern here. My main concern is drawing through to get the Scoop Up Net and the V-Guard Energy. So if I can find those, I have everything. Another thing to consider, I need to Flannery away a Fusion Energy. Because if he has all 4 Fusion Energy, then he can attack with Meloetta, and that's an issue. But if we can get rid of... So this turn, this is our full combo. It's Flannery to get rid of a fusion energy, and he's going to be killing our Curlier, which means we did get rewarded for bringing back the Ultra Ball. Don't know if it was the best play. We could have just brought up the Gardevoir instead here, which would have been roughly the same thing. But yeah, as long as we can get both nets, Flannery, V-Guard energy, Mewtwo and discard, we have everything. That's all we need. We just need those cards, and we have 10 cards in deck. We're going to be able to draw a lot of cards here with our Pyukumuku, with our Gardevoir, with our Trekking Shoes, can discard, so it's at least 5 draws. We're going to draw for turns. We're going to go at least to 4 cards if we can't thin further than that. So that's going to be our goal here. We have our Ultra Ball, which is kind of have 2 pretty obvious targets. We don't have the Rolts here. So we can get the Pyukumuku. The Pyukumuku, thinning that out is going to be the first thing we do in our turn. Then we're either going to use the Pyukumuku or we're going to use the Trekking Shoes instead. I probably should have used the Pyukumuku first in hindsight, but we did get a little bit rewarded for this. We got the Scoop Up Net. So this Ultra Ball, it actually doesn't have 2 good targets, because I can't discard the Calyrex, and I can't discard anything else. So I'm not able to get a full combo here. All I'm able to get is just the energy, so not the Scoop Up Net as well. So I'm going to be living on kind of the edge here with a Gardevoir in our discard. I did get the Flannery. We've had that the whole turn, so I'm just sort of going to go Mewtwo, put that active. If he has Horn and 2 Gust effects, he will win the game, but they're not always running Horn, and they're not always, like, you might not have the 2 Gust effects. I've already seen enough tablets go down that I know this Mewtwo can't be killed, so I know the Mewtwo itself is safe, but there are Echoing Horn plays around this Mewtwo that are absolutely terrifying in this position. So we'll see what our opponent does here. And immediately I see an attack, and oh yeah, okay, I win. Because I can use Gardevoir, I can draw 3, I know the Pyukumuku's on the bottom of my deck, so I'm going to draw my Scoop Up Net, guaranteed. Draws the first card. I'm just going to draw the rest of my deck, make sure I have it in my hand, make sure I can lean this turn as well, which is something I want to do, just to get back, you know, Power Pad, Flannery to accelerate the game. He's on 11 cards in deck, so I did get back Flannery. I think I should have got back Power Pad there. I think that would have been a little bit smarter, but yeah. Another thing to consider, I do have the Ultra Ball, which can get back Pyukumuku here, which can draw me more cards. But yeah, I'm just Flannerying. I'm still scared of a Silene double heads sort of idea here, and then he goes attach and attach again to get 4 in play. So I do want the Flannery just to make sure that no possibility of getting any tablets back, any fusion energies back, and getting through those here. So I do, actually, in hindsight, yeah, I do think that taking back the Flannery and side leaning for the Flannery is the best play for it. Double tails, I'm supposed to get Flannery side lean. I'm going to solve the 25% chance on the side lean, and I can still win in other situations as well, even if I hit double tails. Maybe, it's a bit of a stretch, I guess. But the Flannery definitely confirms the win. And our opponent's going to go down really low here. This is another thing about these control decks. Opponent's usually not that great against them, so he doesn't know what his out here is. He doesn't have an out, so he just draws through his entire deck. His out was technically decking me out, but it wasn't an out that he was going to have access to here regardless. So that would be it. That would be the end of the game. We got kind of fortunate that he didn't have the Echoing Horn. But at the end of the day, that's what you play for. You know, we got a kind of bad start. We weren't able to get into our Snorlax turn 1. Yeah, our opponent's sort of just attacking here, Techno Blasting. We're able to heal more damage than he does, and he got into 0 cards here, so I'll just pass and deck him out here. That's what Mewtwo does, and that's how we're going to win that game. On to the next game where we get the full combo. Alright, so we're going to be playing against Duraludon here, starting Ghastly. Hand's okay. I see Arceus immediately. I actually did play this opponent earlier in the day, so I know his list a little bit. He is playing Choice Belt, which is a bit difficult for us, because now he's doing 250 damage, so we do need to get our whole combo out. And the issue we have is we have time issues. Unfortunately, I got the time covered here, but I will be able to update you. Time doesn't come into play in this game as much, but I was definitely, you know, going for a more aggressive strategy because I was scared of running out of time, because it's actually quite difficult to finish an entire game without running out of time. But yeah, this game doesn't go quite that long. So yeah, we actually got a pretty good start here. We actually managed to get Snorlax in the active, which is better than the previous game that I showed you guys. We have triple Curlier here, which is going to be able to discard all 3 of these Pokemon. It's actually going to be doing a little bit more than that. We're going to get our Mewtwo in the discard, and we're going to get an incredibly fast Mewtwo. We could even get Mewtwo this turn if we get really lucky. We're not going to get that lucky here, but I don't want to go for Bruno here because we have the Guardian hand. We already kind of have a good hand. I don't really need it. I really want to keep the Yellhorn. We have such a good start here that I don't have to worry really about anything at all. I can keep this Yellhorn in my hand. I take the Mewtwo piece because even if we get Marnie, you can kind of just search out the last Mewtwo piece. It's not too big of a deal, and it's not like it increases my odds by that much. As much as, let's say, him not playing Marnie, right? There's the odds of that as well. So, yeah. He's going to be going Ultra Ball here. So, I need to set up my Mewtwo, and then past that, I have a few things I need to do. So, obviously, it can heal through him every turn, so I could eventually win by deck out. But the issue with that is that I have to use the Gengar ability every turn, which is incredibly slow on PTCGO. So I have to do things other than that. I actually make the wrong promotion here, I think. Oh, wait, no, I'm playing on Scoop Up Netting. So you bench the Radiance Arena because I'm going to have to bench that eventually. But I want to go for the Mewtwo this turn. I've got everything in the discard to go for Mewtwo. So I'm going to be getting a turn 3 Mewtwo here, which is very fast, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going to be scribbling this Gardevoir to give myself the most options after the Mewtwo. I'm already down to 9 cards in deck on the 3rd turn of the game. We've got an absolutely incredible start here. So I'm just gonna, but it doesn't really impact the outcome of the game. You know, he's still gonna have his Starbirth and still gonna be able to do his damage. I think I should hold the Yell Horn here. I definitely don't want to use that. So yeah, I'm gonna hold the Rolt. I don't need to play down yet, and the Rolt isn't, and like getting out of the lineup isn't really that important. It's just gonna be another Curly, which I don't really need. So yeah, we're trying to find out energies here because we want 5 energies. So here's the combo I'm going to go for. So I'm going to get Gengar out and I'm going to get all that out as one part of my combo here. But the other part that I'm thinking about is using the, being able to retreat, Scoop Up Net, put damage on a Gardevoir, retreat Scoop Up Net, so that heals 130 because the Gardevoir is 140 HP. So if I put 130 damage on the Gardevoir, then I retreat Scoop Up Net that Gardevoir, all the damage goes away. So, then I can use that, plus I can put damage on the rest of mine. I can heal 100 off the damage, healing from the Gengar and the Radiance Arena here. And then I can use, yeah, just put 20 more damage in different places on my board that isn't relevant in that situation. So I can do more than that, heal all the damage off my Mewtwo, and go in for a big attack over and over again. And that's sort of going to be my plan here. So I'm just really setting up for this. I'm making sure I heal every turn. I'm healing the minimum amount just to not use as little time as possible, which is what's really important here. And you can see this combo coming together. You know, the Gengar's moving the damage around, Radiance Arena's healing it. And yeah, we're getting through that. So I used Peony here because I knew there was a Psychic at one of my prizes, because I played a Peony earlier, I think, something like that. I might not have known. Anyways, I was looking for the Psychic Energy because I knew it was prized. Regardless, I used Peony to get the Psychic Energy out, and yeah, so now I have enough Psychic to do a retreat play, and I think a little bit here. I think about how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to get as much value, as much mileage out of my retreat Scrubnet play as possible, so I can do as much damage to him as possible as well. So I think here I want to retreat. Obviously I want to move the damage around. I'm going to move a ton of damage here. This process takes so long. This is 2x speed and it's taking me so long to move this damage around. I got to click the Mewtwo and click the Gardevoir. But yeah, I move all the damage around, move it all to the Gardevoir. We retreat into the Gardevoir, play the Scoop Up Net, and that heals even more damage. And you can see this Mewtwo is slowly getting all the damage moved off it. The Radiance Arena can heal a lot of that off my Pokemon, and a lot of that can just be placed on the Pokemon down the line. So I just got the Vigor Energy, so that means I can Final Burn here. But yeah, we'll see. So I think I go for Silene here. I'm going to even move more damage to the Rolts that I just benched, just so I can get the maximum healing, and I just put 20 damage elsewhere so I can heal all the damage on my Mewtwo, so I'm as safe as possible here from any, you know, unexpected plays that could be happening. I silent back the energy because I want the energy back for next turn because I already have the Scuba. I think I should have played the Yell Horn here. A bit unfortunate that I didn't, I think. I put a bit of extra damage on this unnecessarily. I think I just should have gone for a Final Burn there, though. I don't know why I didn't in the moment. Definitely a lot of mistakes I made in this game. Definitely a few that we've already brushed over, but yeah, we'll see. I put the V-Guard energy just so I can retreat. The energy not as good on the Mewtwo, but I definitely want to have that to be able to retreat in the future. I can actually just retreat this turn. We're going to get another attack off here. I can use the Yell Horn. I can bring back double Silene, so I have even more Silenes here. And we should just be able to fully lock him out of the game because we're healing damage. He's on 5 prizes. There's no way he's going to be able to take all his prizes. He's kind of fully locked out here. So we'll see if there's anything he can do. For this vision, I'm thinking there isn't really anything he can do. I'm not going to be able to kill his Duraludon on this turn specifically, but it's going to be dead next turn. And so, yeah, not much to worry about here. The Arceus on the bench has 100 damage on it. I just need to put enough damage on the active so that if he Hyper Potions that I can still knock it out. And then even more so, yeah. And then, yeah, just so if he Hyper Potions I can still knock it out with the Final Burn. and I can use Explosion if he doesn't heal it to knock it out and put some residual damage on the Arceus, so I can kill that with potentially like a Explosion on the next turn or something along those lines. So we'll see what he does here. He goes for an escape rope play, which I'm like, alright, fine by me. Go escape rope my Ghastly. I'm not scared of that dying at all here. I assumed he would play either a boss my Gengar or something along those lines, but he doesn't. He has the Parasol on the active, so I can't use the Explosion here because it's being blocked by the Parasol. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I'm just going to final burn the active, then kill the Duraludon on the next turn, and then go from there. I'm thinking there isn't really counterplay here to what I can do. So yeah, we'll see. I just draw, put some more energy on. I silent it on top of the deck, so we can use the Gardevoir to attach it. And that's one of the perks of having Gardevoir in this deck as well, is that you can get free energy attachments wherever necessary. Probably should have taken different prizes there. I didn't really pay attention to what my prizes were in the first place. I'm sort of not paying them enough attention. Maybe not enough, but not much attention. I've just decided this game is pretty much over. His best play here is to bench an Arceus and attach to it, I thought, but he's actually going to go for a bit of a different play, which is interesting. And I'm like, okay, well, I just need to kill 2. Double heads here. Just going to break a powerful and a V-Guard energy, just in case I need those. But I'm not going to need those. And I go for a final burn on the active. My grave mistake. I didn't realize. And he goes, and he plays. At any second now, he's going to go through and he's going to play a card that I didn't think about in this situation, a Karen's Conviction, to knock me out. And I lose the game. Even though I did lose that game, I kind of city watch for a second. But yeah, even though I did lose that game, I feel like I showed off the combo pretty well. That's the full combo. You can use that against Lugia as well, if you're trying to play this deck yourself. So yeah, a bit dumb there at the end there, but it's okay. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, drop a sub. I really appreciate it, obviously. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think of this deck, and if you have any questions for me about this deck. I did actually get the opportunity to talk to Sander somewhat at the event, so yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.